everyone, it's Shel C from Paper Rock TO Studio, and I'm sharing a mixed media altered tag with you today. So I started out with a Molotow masking fluid marker and a watercolor tag that is cut out of 140-pound watercolor paper, and it's cut in a 3" by 7", which is a pretty standard shipping tag size. I figure I can cut my own paper. I don't need to buy shipping tags. A lot of people do, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, there's tons of them out there, so they're usually made out of manila, and I usually cut up old folders, old manila folders that I have to make tags, but for this technique, I wanted to use watercolor paper. So what I'm doing is I am drawing some whimsical flowers on this tag using this masking marker. And whenever I've used masking before, it's always been hard to apply. If you try to apply it with a brush, it gets your brush all gunky and you can't use it anymore. I've tried a fine tip bottle before and that worked okay. But when I saw this one online as a marker, I'm like, that is brilliant. I can totally use that. So that's what I'm doing, is just drawing with it. Not trying to actually mask a specific thing, but just drawing. Just doodling, basically. And why am I making this tag? Well, there's a challenge each month called Tag It Tuesday that is put on by one of the admins of my group for Pick a Stick Challenge, Sherry. She's always had this on her blog, and I try to do one every month to match her challenge. And the challenge this month is using red, blue, and yellow, the three primary colors, on a tag. Also, yesterday, she decided that the link party on her blog really wasn't working anymore, and so she made a Facebook group. So if anyone would like to make tags and post them in a Facebook group for other people to see, I will leave a link to her new Facebook group down below, and you guys can join in, because making tags is fun. I like to make tags. It's like just this little piece of art, and some of you might say, what do you do with them? Well, the ones that I make fit perfectly in a business size envelope, and you can mail them to people. Mail them a little piece of art. So that's usually what I do with them. I also have a little tag book because I used to be in a swap for probably about a year and a half at least. Every month swapping tags, but they've kind of petered out, so I'm looking for a new one. Anyway, now I've got my Ken Oliver Colorburst powders. These are highly pigmented powder. Basically, I think it's just raw pigment in a powder form, and you can sprinkle them on and squirt water, or you can squirt water and sprinkle them on, or you could put them in a palette and put a little water with them and make watercolors out of them. Lots of things you can do. I like the unpredictability of sprinkling them and then squirting them. That's what I like to do, but I'm going to try some other different methods with them because I just have started playing with them. This is probably the third thing I've done with them, maybe, or fourth. I got them in March for my birthday. The one thing that I was having a little bit of trouble with, as you can see, is I was making a huge mess. I was trying to keep my table clean because I have other projects that I need to get done. I'm going on a trip, and I wanted to get some projects done, so I didn't want to mess up my desk. So I kept cleaning it up, and they're so incredibly pigmented that it stained my fingers. My fingers are still stained blue and green, and I've even scrubbed them. It's crazy. So I probably shouldn't have been touching it so much, but oh well, it doesn't matter. Eventually it'll come off, right? Or else I'll just be the blue-fingered person forever. I don't know. So I'm just adding color, adding water, blotting, and drying a little bit with my heat tool, and I'll just keep doing this until I'm happy with it. And then once I am happy and it's all dry, I'll start to remove the masking. And this is where the magic comes in. It's like, oh, look at that. That actually worked. That's really super cool. At least that's the reaction I had. It actually worked. So you just rub with your finger, and there's also like one of those little rubbing tools you could use as well. But it comes off really easy. As you can see, I slowed it down to real time so that you can see how easily it came off. Just rub it off. No big deal. And then you have white doodles with a bright colored background. Pretty darn cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I'll have to come up with more things to do with it. But this is just my little quick tag project for today. So once I'm done cleaning all this up, and I do use my eraser, but I probably should have got my rubber cement removing tool instead. But it is kind of like rubber cement. You could probably do this with rubber cement, except for it's just not as easy to apply as this little marker. It's just a marker. That's so cool. Then, of course, I've got to embellish my tag once I'm done with it. So, yeah, I'm showing you my hands. I've got a little bit of cardstock to back it. I like to back my tags with an extra layer of cardstock. And then I have a little bit of burlap, and I'm just using that to kind of highlight a little metallic bee that I found in my stuff. Little bumblebee in the flowers. And it's got a pop dot on the back, but I put glue on it anyway because I don't trust those sticker things. I think it'll just come right back off. And then I'm going to glue it to the cardstock backing, which also serves to cover up the mess I made on the back of the tag. You know, that's bound to happen. And then I'm looking for some words to put on it, and I decide to use this little extra scrap of the cardstock and my white fine tip Posca pen and write "Be Happy," like the B-E-E for bee. I know, not that unique or clever, but hey, it works. It's a happy flower tag, and it's got a little bee, so be happy. And then I just cut those out and glue them on the tag. And they kind of match the background because it's the same cardstock. So that worked, I thought. I didn't want to cover up very much of the whole doodling thing that I did, so I didn't want anything like really big that's going to cover it up. Still looks kind of plain, but I am living with it. It was quick and simple and fun. I'm using my black Posca to make like a little dotty dashy border around the edge, which is kind of fun. And then some little dots on top of the white, just for fun. And then I'm going to punch a hole and add some ribbons on the top. And I found this rickrack, like a trim that probably came out of someone's sewing basket at some point, I don't know. But I thought that looked kind of cute as a fiber. So I put that, and then I just used a red, a blue, and a yellow, since that's the challenge, red, blue, and yellow, and put my little fibers on. If you like this video, please like it or subscribe or comment so I know you're here. Share it with someone else who might like it. And that would be awesome. I'd really like that. That helps me out a lot because it helps YouTube know that I am making something they might want to suggest to someone else. And those close-ups are coming up just about now. That's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.